Stop scrolling. The information you need starts right here. Welcome to Moore's Financial Hub, your trusted source for wealth-building strategies and smart investing tips. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a new video. Have you ever dreamed of owning a piece of the American West? Maybe a cabin by a lake or land for your future home? What if you could buy that land for pennies on the dollar? It sounds like a fantasy, but it's possible through Idaho's tax deed sales. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes work, research, and a willingness to learn. Idaho counties sell properties with unpaid taxes at public auctions, sometimes for a fraction of their market value. Imagine a $50,000 property with $2,000 in back taxes. If the owner doesn't pay, you could buy it for just the taxes owed. The county gets its money, and you get a property at a deep discount. A win-win. But it's not as simple as showing up with a check. You need to know the rules, do your homework, and be ready for legal steps after the sale. This guide will break down Idaho's tax deed process, risks, and strategies for 2025. By the end, you'll know how to find, research, and potentially buy property through this unique system. The opportunity is real, but it's for those willing to put in the effort. Idaho's tax deed sales can be a powerful way to build your real estate portfolio, if you're prepared. We'll show you how to think like a savvy investor and avoid common pitfalls. The Idaho dream is out there for those who learn the process. Ready to get started? Let's pull back the curtain on Idaho's tax deed system. We'll explore how it works, the steps you need to take, and the risks involved. With the right information, you can turn risk into opportunity. This is your roadmap to buying land for pennies on the dollar. We'll break down legal jargon into simple terms and give you actionable steps. You'll learn how to spot real deals and avoid costly mistakes. The process isn't easy, but it's accessible to anyone willing to learn. Are you ready to discover how Idaho's tax deed sales work? Let's dive in and see if this opportunity is right for you. The Idaho dream is waiting. Let's see if you can claim your piece. Here's how it all works. Let's get down to basics. What is a tax deed sale? When property owners stop paying taxes, Idaho counties can seize and auction off the property to recover what's owed. The winning bidder gets a tax deed, which means actual ownership, not just a lien or IOU. The opening bid is usually the total of unpaid taxes, penalties, and costs, so prices can be far below market value. Idaho's system is direct. You're bidding for the property itself, not just a debt. This makes Idaho attractive for investors who want to own real estate outright. We'll walk you through the Idaho process, from missed payments to auction day. You'll learn the difference between tax deed and tax lien states and why it matters. We'll cover the timeline, the risks, and the strategies you need to succeed. Preparation is key. Knowing the Idaho code and doing your due diligence is essential. The information is public and auctions are open to anyone. But success comes from research, not luck. We'll show you how to approach these auctions as a calculated investment, not a gamble. Understanding the system unlocks its potential. We'll share pro tips to help you invest smartly and safely. Idaho's tax deed sales are unique. Let's see what sets them apart. Ready to dive deeper? Let's explore why Idaho's system is so powerful for real estate investors. The opportunity is there for those who prepare. Let's get started. Not all states handle unpaid property taxes the same way. Idaho is a tax deed state. When you win the auction, you get the property itself, not just a lien. In tax lien states, you're lending money to the owner and hoping to get paid back with interest. Idaho skips that step. You're bidding for the deed from day one. This direct path to ownership is what makes Idaho so appealing to investors. The rules are set by Idaho Code, Title 63, Chapter 10, outlining the process and protecting both owners and buyers. You must know these laws. They're your rulebook for success. The risk is higher because you buy as is, but the reward can be much greater. Instead of earning interest, you could own property for a fraction of its value. Idaho's system is built for action takers who want to own real estate, not just paper. If you want to build a portfolio, fix and flip, or develop land, Idaho's tax deed sales offer a direct entry point. Let's see how the process works from delinquency to auction. The journey to auction starts when a property owner misses their tax payments. After 3 years of unpaid taxes, the county can begin the tax deed process. The county sends a formal notice to the owner and publishes it in a local newspaper, a final warning. The owner then has a redemption period, usually up to 180 days, to pay all back taxes, fees, and interest. Most owners or their lenders pay up before the auction, so only a small fraction of properties make it to sale. If the redemption period expires, the county takes the deed and schedules a public auction. The auction is announced with a list of properties and opening bids. The highest bidder wins ownership. This process is slow and deliberate, creating a clear paper trail for investors. The key milestone is the 3-year delinquency mark. Once the county owns the property, it's available to the public at auction. This is your chance to buy real estate at a deep discount. But you need to be ready. Properties can be pulled from the sale at the last minute if the owner pays. The process is transparent, but you must follow it closely. Let's talk about the owner's last chance to keep their property. The redemption period is the owner's final shot at saving their property. In Idaho, this window opens after 3 years of unpaid taxes and the county's formal notice. The owner can pay all back taxes, penalties, and fees to stop the sale. Once the auction happens and the deed is transferred, the owner's right to redeem is gone. Final. This gives buyers more certainty than in states where owners can redeem after the sale. As an investor, always check if a property is still in its redemption period. Properties can be pulled from the auction at the last minute if the owner pays. Don't focus on just one property, have several targets in mind. The process is unpredictable, so patience and flexibility are key. Sometimes lenders step in to pay taxes and protect their interests. You can't influence the outcome, just be ready for changes. Let's look at why due diligence is so critical before you bid. Every property at a tax deed sale is sold as is, where is no disclosures, no guarantees. You inherit all problems, repairs, junk, even environmental issues. The as-is rule also applies to the title. The county gives you their interest, but not a guaranteed clean title. There could be other liens, easements, or title issues that survive the sale. It's your job to uncover these risks before you bid. Due diligence is essential. Visit the property, check for access, and do a preliminary title search. Some properties are landlocked, no legal road access, so always verify. Hire a title company or learn to search records yourself. Look for liens, judgments, or anything that could cost you later. A cheap property isn't a good deal if it comes with expensive problems. Ignoring due diligence is the fastest way to lose money. Always know exactly what you're buying. Check county plat maps and road records for access. Budget for cleanup, repairs, and legal work. The best investors are thorough and cautious. Don't let a low price blind you to hidden costs. Now let's talk about how to win at Idaho tax sales. Success starts with a clear strategy. Don't just show up and bid on anything. Decide what type of property you want: land, homes, or overlooked lots. Master due diligence. Visit properties, check zoning, verify access, and search titles. Estimate all costs, legal, cleanup, repairs, before setting your maximum bid. Never bid emotionally, stick to your numbers. Target undervalued or ignored properties to avoid bidding wars. Look for hidden gems others miss. Budget for post-auction expenses, especially legal work to clear the title. Don't spend all your capital at the auction. Save for taxes, insurance, and improvements. Plan for the entire investment life cycle, from research to resale or rental. The best deals go to prepared, disciplined investors. Idaho's auctions reward those who do their homework. Next, let's explain the quiet title action you'll need after you win. Winning the auction gives you a tax deed, but not a marketable title. Title insurance companies won't insure a tax deed property until you clear the title. You'll need a quiet title action, a lawsuit to remove any lingering claims. Hire a real estate attorney to file the suit and notify anyone with a possible interest. Most claims are weak and go uncontested, but the process takes months and costs several $1,000s. Once the judge issues a final decree, you have clear insurable title. Now you can sell, finance, or develop the property with confidence. Always budget for this legal step in your investment plan. Quiet title is the final key to unlocking your property's full value. With a clean title, your investment is secure. You've learned the process, the risks, and the strategies. Now it's time to take action. The first step is to get the 2025 auction lists from Idaho's 44 counties. These lists show which properties are up for sale, where, and for how much. Contact county treasurer offices or check their websites for details. Some services compile these lists for you, but always verify the information. Analyze the lists and practice your due diligence on a few properties. You don't have to bid right away, start by learning the ropes. The principles you've learned here apply to all real estate investing. Keep learning, network with other investors, and explore new opportunities. Idaho's tax deed sales are a powerful niche, but just one part of a vast real estate world. Don't stop here. Keep building your knowledge and skills. The Idaho dream is within reach for those who prepare. Go get that auction list and start your journey. The opportunity is real. Are you ready to claim your piece? Good luck and happy investing. Imagine packing up everything you own, leaving behind familiar streets, old routines, even friends for the promise of a fresh start. That's exactly what the Martinez family did. With their savings dwindling and the cost of living rising in their old city, they set their sights on Idaho, chasing a dream they could barely afford to believe in. The first days were hard. Idaho's wide-open spaces felt both freeing and intimidating. The Martinez kids missed their old school. The parents wondered if they'd made a mistake. Every day brought new uncertainties. But then, while researching ways to put down roots, they stumbled upon something unexpected: Idaho's tax deed sales. It sounded almost too good to be true. Homes sold at auction, sometimes for a fraction of their value. Still, the family dove in, learned the process, and did their homework. They drove past properties, checked records, and spent evenings around the kitchen table weighing their options. The day of the auction, nerves ran high, the room buzzed with anticipation. As their chosen property came up, Mr. Martinez raised his hand, heart pounding. A few tense minutes later, it was theirs. Just like that, a door opened to a new future. The first night in their new home, they ate pizza on the living room floor, laughter echoing off bare walls. It wasn't perfect, there were repairs to make and plenty of hard work ahead. But as the sun set over the Idaho hills, the Martinez family knew they'd found something priceless, a place to truly call home. Their story isn't just about buying a house, it's about hope, resilience, and what happens when you take a chance on your dreams. If you're watching this, wondering if you could do the same, remember, the journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Idaho's next success story could be yours. Welcome to Morris Financial Hub, your trusted source for wealth building strategies and smart investing tips. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a new video.